You are fourth on our depth chart. Marcellus Wiley Decodes ShedeurSanders treatment by the Browns. After months of ridicule, speculation, and a lack of first-team reps in training camp, ShedeurSanders finally managed to solidify his own hype by leading the Cleveland Browns to an emphatic 30-10 victory over the Carolina Panthers in the first week of the 2025 NFL preseason. The former Colorado Buffalo played against Carolina's first-team defense for the majority of his snaps, suggesting that he's more than capable of playing the game at the next level. Nevertheless, the team's head coach, Kevin Stefanski, appeared hesitant to praise Sanders during his post-game locker room speech. His lack of acknowledgement for the second-generation athlete has rubbed many the wrong way, but according to the former San Diego Charger, Marcellus Wiley, the situation may be a bit deceiving. Where's the Shedeur mention? Wiley questioned during the most recent episode of his podcast. You're talking about special teams, defense, you singled out somebody on defense, and then you talk about the offense's no giveaways. Shedeur was the starter for most of that game. He can't get no love. Despite the bad optics, Wiley is remaining adamant that there is a legitimate reason behind the incident. In referencing his own experiences in various locker rooms throughout his 25-year career as a footballer, Wiley claimed that he is very familiar with the word selection and demeanor that Stefanski displayed in the locker room that day. We know Shedeur is getting all of this attention. Coach knows this as well, but I'm not getting caught in that hype, so I'm not going to coach in that hype, Wiley explained. When you get in the weight room, how do you get bigger and stronger? You actually tear down your muscles, and then they repair themselves stronger. Same thing with a football team. You actually break down players and see how they build themselves up stronger. I understand what he's doing. For better or worse, the retired Charger believes that Sanders will no longer be treated as the potential franchise hero that he was once heralded to be prior to night one of the 2025 NFL draft. On paper, Sanders is a 144th overall draft pick, and even though a large chunk of the population believes that he's much better than that, he will still be treated as such for the time being. He's a fifth-rounder, and fifth-rounders don't get praise easily, Wiley exclaimed just before suggesting that it is going to be a continuous uphill battle for the 2024 Golden Arm winner. You're a top 10 star in the league already. That ain't got nothing to do with me. He's a fifth-rounder, fourth on the depth chart, and fifth on our debt chart. You know what a debt chart is? D-E-B-T. That means we're paying Deshaun Watson first, we're playing Flacco next, then we're paying Pickett, then we're paying Gabriel, and then we're paying you. He may have been raised and trained by some of the best players in the history of the NFL, but now that he's officially a member of the league himself, it's everything earned and nothing given for ShedeurSanders from here on out. When former NFL Pro Bowler turned analyst Marcellus Wiley speaks, players listen, partly because he's been in their cleats, partly because he has a knack for peeling back the PR layers to expose the reality underneath. So when Wiley sat down on his podcast and addressed the Cleveland Browns' handling of rookie quarterback ShedeurSanders, fans braced for the kind of unvarnished truth that doesn't always make the highlight shows. His headline takeaway? They're telling him without telling him. You are fourth on our depth chart. The setup. Shedeur's first 2 preseason games had been strong, crisp footwork, accurate passes, a maturity beyond his years. He wasn't perfect, but he looked like someone who could compete for playing time sooner than expected. Yet, in team media releases and depth chart updates, his name kept hovering at the very bottom, behind the obvious veterans and even a journeyman backup who hadn't taken a preseason snap. Browns coaches brushed it off as typical rookie positioning. Wiley wasn't buying it. Wiley's theory. This isn't just about reps, Wiley said, leaning forward into his mic. This is about control. The Browns know the fan base is already falling in love with Shedeur. They don't want to feed that fire, not yet. So they keep him low on the chart, make him seem like a project, even when he's showing starter-level traits. According to Wiley, this is a common tactic in NFL locker rooms. Teams use it to manage expectations, avoid quarterback controversies, and keep a rookie's ego in check. You put him at 4, you're telling everybody, media, fans, even the locker room, this kid's not in the mix right now. Even if he is. Why 4 hurts? On paper, 4th string doesn't sound damning for a rookie. But Wiley explained why the optics matter. 4th string means you're in scout team land. You're throwing against the starters, but you're not building chemistry with the guys you'd actually play with. You're getting fewer quality reps in practice. It's a way to slow you down without outright benching you. For a quarterback, chemistry is everything, timing with receivers, trust from the line, rhythm with the coordinator's play calls. Fourth string keeps those relationships from growing too fast. The Sanders factor. Wiley pointed out that Shedeur's last name changes the equation. Let's be real, he's not just a rookie quarterback, he's Deion Sanders' son. He's got the cameras on him before he takes a snap. He's got nil money, social media buzz, celebrities tweeting about him. The Browns know all that. And they know the moment they put him at number 2, the headlines write themselves. Is Shedeur ready to start? The irony, Wiley argued, is that Shedeur's professionalism actually makes the team's job harder. This isn't some kid who needs babysitting. He's polished. He's got that calm. But the more you see that, the harder it is to hide him. Reading between the lines. After Shedeur's latest preseason outing, head coach Kevin Stefanski praised his steady improvement and good command of the offense. Compliments that sounded nice but carried a subtext to Wiley's ear. That's coach speak for. We see it, but we're not moving him up yet. They're complimenting him without committing to him. It's like telling your date, you're great company, when you're not planning a second date. Locker room politics. Wiley has been in those rooms. He knows that depth charts aren't just talent evaluations, they're political maps. If you bump Shedeur up, you're bumping someone else down. And if that someone else is a vet with a contract, a family, a mortgage, and influence in the locker room, you're creating ripples. Coaches hate ripples. That's why Wiley believes the Browns are slow playing the rookie's rise. They'll let him climb when the timing's right, maybe if injuries happen, maybe if the season goes sideways. But right now, they're protecting the hierarchy. What Shedeur can do. Wiley's advice to the young quarterback was straightforward. Keep ballin'. That's it. You can't fight the politics directly. You make it impossible for them to keep you at 4. Every practice, every preseason game, you put it on tape. Tape don't lie. Coaches can spin quotes, they can shuffle depth charts, but they can't erase film of you making NFL throws. He also urged Shedeur to embrace the long game.